Ayun. So, hello again. Good morning or good day, everyone. And I hope that you are doing safe, ano? I hope that you are safe. And also, if you are safe, I encourage you na, well, to pray for those na nabagyo po, lalong-lalo sa Bicol. Mga kababayan natin sa Bicol. So, ayun lang naman. But then, again, I am your lingkod, Ron Adam V. Puntoy, the Leia Top Notcher or Top 1 for the year 2023. And I am here na naman po for our short review sessions na medyo hindi ako na mag-record na, no? Well, it's Wednesday naman na. So, ayun. So, kagaya nung ibang nung katulad nung dati, ano? Okay. Our first question of the week is this. Dito, upland crops require a well-aerated soil and one that has good drainage because the root systems require the availability of what? A. Oxygen ba? B. Nutrients ba? C. Water or dog carbon dioxide? And the answer to that is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ang answer po dyan is ang inyong yes, oxygen. And contrary to popular belief, yes, humihinga po na ang roots natin. Humihinga po ang roots natin. On which, kailangan rin nila ng oxygen. Pero, ang tanong, on ko na lang this, Sir, kung kailangan ng roots ang oxygen, paano nakakapag-survive yung palay? Di ba kinukan natin sila on flooded condition sila? Well, yung palay kasi natin or yung palay mismo is meron silang organ or tissue na tinatawag na erenchyma, yes, which enables them to breathe even when yung roots nila is submerged sa tubig. Ayun lang naman, erenchyma. 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 And also when we are talking about upland crops na rin, well, mostly sinasabi nila, kumain ka ng kangkong na upland or upland kangkong. Huwag kang kakain ng kangkong na nakakita mo lang dyan sa creek or sa or doon sa irigasyon. Pero why, sir? Well, there are two reasons why. Unang-una sa lahat, ang kangkong nyo kasi has high affinity, mataas po ang attraction niya on your heavy metals. And your heavy metals po, yung heavy metals ninyo is marami po. Mataas ang concentration niya sa mga creeks, sa mga irigasyon, ganon. On which, pag yung kangkong plant po ninyo is nakatanim doon sa matubig na lugar and mataas yung heavy metals doon sa tubig na yon, naiipon po yon doon sa kangkong plant yon. Pag kinain nyo yon, well, kumakain rin kayo ng heavy metals on which, very toxic po sa humans yung heavy metals. And so, iwasan po natin pagkain ng kangkong doon sa matutubig na lugar. And also, meron rin tayong tinatawag na liver flukes, kung tawagin, on which, if I'm right, liver flukes ang tawag doon, on which yung liver flukes mo ninyo, pwede siyang manirahan doon sa kangkong plant, which, pag kinain natin yung kangkong plant, yung liver fluke po is pwede pong manirahan doon sa katawan natin, and ayun. And so, we recommend na kumain lang po tayo ng kangkong na upland. Ano ba pag sinabi mong upland? Yung mga kangkong na specifically tumubo doon sa hindi matutubig na lugar. Or meron tayong upland variety ng kangkong na talagang tinatanim for that condition. Ayun lang naman yun. And so, now you know, huwag kumain ng kangkong from the irrigated areas or sa mga matutubig na lugar. Naman yun. Our second question for this week is this. Sabi dito, the synthesis and degradation of organic materials is known as what? A. Anabolism ba? B. Catabolism. C. Metabolism or dog respiration. And the answer to that is 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ang tama pong sagot dyan is metabolism. Pag binasa mo kasi yung question, it is the synthesis and degradation, and that is collectively known as metabolism. Pag synthesis and degradation of organic materials. Pero pag sinabi mo namang synthesis of organic materials lang, pagkabuo, pagkabuo ng inyong organic materials, that is called anabolism. Pagkabuo. Kumpul-kumpul sila. Pero pag sinabi mong degradation or naghihiwalay-hiwalay sila, from what I can remember, pag naghihiwalay-hiwalay sila, that is called catabolism. Mahirap tandaan, pero think of this na lang. When we have a cat kasi sa bahay na, may sufadon, and mostly siya yung kumakalmot-kalmot nun, and sinisira niya. And so, pag may cat po dyan sa catabolism ninyo, cat, sira po yon or degradation. And then pag metabolism naman, ito po yung pinagsama nyo ng anabolism and catabolism. A synthesis and degradation, that is metabolism. Pag sinabi mo namang respiration, simply, ito po yung paghinga, inhale, exhale. That is the respiration. Pero more scientifically, pag titignan mo yung respiration, ito po yung yung the breaking or the degradation of your sugar molecules or fatty acids or fat molecules to make energy in the form mostly of ATP. Paano ba nangyayari yon? Nag-inhale ka ng oxygen. Ayun, oxygen, nag-inhale ka ng oxygen. On which yung oxygen mo ngayon, pupunta doon sa loob mo, pupunta doon sa glucose, kukuha siya ng carbon doon sa glucose, mabibreak yung glucose ngayon, magiging carbon dioxide. And as you exhale, magiging carbon dioxide po yung ini-exhale mo. And on the process of breaking your glucose molecule, makakaproduce po tayo doon ng ATP or adenosine triphosphate, kung tawagin, which is an energy that we can use to survive or thrive. Ayun lang naman yun. Okay, for our third question, sabi dito, plant oil is used in the production of protective coating, plastics, lubricants, and hydraulic fluids. Ano nga ba yung plant oil na yon? A. Coconut oil nga ba? B. African palm oil. C. Castor oil or dog linseed oil. Ang tama pong answer dyan is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ang answer po natin dyan is castor oil. And mostly, yung mga pinagpipilian po natin, yung A, B, and D, sila po ang mga oils na ginagamit for cooking, mga ganon, or food, or for food. Ayun nga, for food. Pero pag sinabi mong castor oil, ito kasing oil na to is ginagamit for industrial purposes, such as for plastics nga or for cars hydraulic fluids. Mga ganun po yun. And so castor oil po ang sagot yan. But then pag sinabi mo naman coconut oil, for your information, coconut oil is our largest export. Yun po yung largest export natin. That is coconut oil. And mostly, I think sa Visayas area po ang ating mga coconut oil, or dito sa baba po sa Bicol region, I think. Yes, sa Bicol region. I think I'm not really sure. But then when talking about when talking about regions, I just want to share this with you. Ito yon. You should be familiar with this. Pag sinabi mong rice granary of the Philippines, that is Nueva Ecija. Kapag sinabi mo namang corn capital of the Philippines, that is Ilagan City. And a fun fact to that, hindi nyo po mababasa lahat sa reviewers. And you should also be observant on your surroundings. Actually, when making this slide, wala sana dyan yung corn capital of the Philippines. But then, sa boarding house kasi namin, there was this one mug. Actually, hawak ko ngayon. Ito yun. There was this one mug, nasabi niya, it is the corn capital of the Philippines. Ano nga ba yun? City of Ilagan. Okay. So yun, sinerch ko, ay, Ilagan pala yung corn capital natin. And so that's that, while reviewing po, be observant rin. Ano kaya nangyayari dito? Bakit ganito to? Or bakit pag umulan, mas green yung halaman? Kaysa yung pag diniligan ko lang ng tubig na galing sa faucet. Bakit kaya ganon? You should be observant rin. Okay. Ituloy na nga natin. We also have our Calamansi capital, pero on the way pa lang po siya, hindi pa inaugurated. That is the Oriental Mindoro. Guimaras naman, it's the mango capital of the Philippines. And the fun fact, nabasa ko lang naman sa Facebook, we have the sweetest mango fall. And when talking about mango na rin, you should know this. Ang mangga po sa Palawan, ang mga mangga sa Palawan is hindi lumalabas sa Palawan. Sir, bakit? Meron kasi tayong peste ng mangga that is specifically found on Palawan area pa lang. Kung na-quarantine natin yon. Ang tawag po doon sa peste ng manggang yon is the mango pulp weevil. Yes. On which, pag turista ka, hindi pa naman ako pupunta sa Palawan. Kapag turista ka, pumunta ka sa Palawan, and lalabas ka na sa Palawan, i-check nila yung mga bagahe mo. Kung meron bang mangga doon, ganon. Because, ina-isolate natin or kina-quarantine natin yung pesting yun. Ayan lang naman. Sorry. And also, meron rin tayong pineapple capital of the Philippines, that is Camarines Norte. And also, sa Catanduanes po, this is the Abaca capital of the Philippines. Well, mostly kasi sa Catanduanes, dito po natin nakikita yung ating Abaca. And the fun fact about Abaca, talking about exports, internationally, tayo po yung pinakamalaking exporter ng Abaca internationally. And yung Abaca po natin is known internationally for its quality, on which very sought po yung Abaca product natin. Sir, saan po ba ginagamit ang Abaca? Ginagamit po ito, if I'm correctly aware, ginagamit po siya sa inyong shipping industries, on which pag nakadaong po sa ports, yung ating mga malalaking barko, yun po yung panali nila, Abaca. Sir, bakit hindi nylon? Well, yung nylon kasi pag naarawan tapos nabasa, madaling masira. Pero yung Abaca, mabasa man o maarawan yan, matagal masira. So that's it lang naman. And we also have your coffee capital, which is your Lipa Batangas. Rubber capital naman is your Zamboanga, Sibugay. Bacolod City naman is the sugar capital of the Philippines. And cacao is the Davao City. And for Negros Occidental, it is known as the organic agriculture capital of the Philippines. Bakit organic agriculture capital of the Philippines, sir? Well, sa Negros Occidental kasi marami po tayong organic agriculture practitioners on which pinapractice nila yung organikong agrikultura or organikong pagsasaka. Yun lang naman yun. Okay, next question. It is an asexual reproduction method on which the shoot is removed from the desired plant and placed on another plant and is called A. Cutting, B. Grafting, C. Budding, or dog layering. The answer to that is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ang sagot po dyan is grafting. Sir, bakit grafting hindi budding? Well, pag sabi kasi doon sa question ang tinanggal natin is shoot, hindi po buds. Pag sabi diyan, pag tinanggal yung buds, tapos linagay yun sa ibang plant, that is called budding. Pero grafting po 'yun. Pag sinabi mo naman cutting, tinanggal mo yung or nag-cut ka tapos tinanim mo na dun sa lupa, that is called cutting. And mostly ginagawa po ito sa inyong mga mulberry plants, ayun, and also bougainvillea. And pag sinabi mo namang layering, well, layering is another word po for marketing. Take note of that. Specifically, air layering. Marami po tayong types of layering. I-search nyo na lang. Pero air layering po is also known as marketing. And then, sabi naman dito, next question tayo. It is any vegetative plant part that is when detached from the parent is capable of reproducing a plant exactly like the parent. How do you call this asexual method? Sabi ko naman na kanina, ang asexual method po na yan is your, cutting. Cutting in general. And mostly, when we are talking about cuttings na rin, may nagtanong, Sir, paano po natin pinopropagate ang ating bayabas? And also yung inyong siniguelas. True seeds po ba? No. Pinopropagate po natin yung inyong bayabas and siniguelas through cuttings. More specifically, root cuttings po sila. Root cuttings. Bayabas and siniguelas, root cuttings po ang propagation method ng dalawang yan. Okay, next question. Sugarcane, or yung tubo, is a tropical grass native to Asia, where it has been grown in garden for over 1,000 years. Masyado matagal. The botanical name for sugarcane is A. Glycine max, B. Saccharum officinarum, C. Solanum tuberosum, or dog zeomis. The answer to that is 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ang answer po dyan is yes, Saccharum officinarum. And pag sinabi mo kasing botanical name, magkalinawan lang po tayo dito. Kapag sinabi mo botanical name, you are referring to that as the scientific name. Pag sinabi mo namang binomial nomenclature, scientific name rin po yon. The same lang po yung tatlong yon. Binomial nomenclature, scientific name, and then yung inyong botanical name. Glycine max is known as your soybean. Solanum tuberosum naman is yung inyong eggplant, yes. And then Zea mays is yung inyong mais. Mais in general. And so that's a wrap for our short review sessions for today, And as always, thank you very much po for tuning in. At maraming nagtatanong, yes, available po rin po ang ating weekend review sessions. Slots are available. But then, paalala po, recorded na po tayo ngayon. Hindi na po tayo yung mag-uusap-usap online. Recorded na. Which mas maganda kasi maraming hindi nakaka-attend kasi Sunday 1 to 4 yon. And so, recorded po siya. Kung interesado kayo, just PM me, you can access it anywhere, anytime. Recorded po siya. And also, our flashcards is still available. Kung sa mga gustong umabol, available pa rin po ito. So, ayun lang naman. Thank you for tuning in. Again, thank you for listening. Bye-bye.